Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Courtney if you're new. Today we're making meatloaf with brown gravy. It is really delicious. I love the brown gravy. You could do it with or without the brown gravy, but it's a flavorful mix. So let's get started and get this meatloaf mix in. Into a large bowl, we're going to crack 2 large eggs, and don't worry, all of the ingredients are listed in the description box below, as well as a free printable with the entire recipe so you can follow along step by step. We're going to take a spoon or a fork, whichever you want to mix all of the ingredients with, and whisk those eggs together. Then we're going to add in 1/3 cup of ketchup. Don't worry, it's not going to add too much sweetness, but it adds a little bit of depth of flavor, and I really like that. You could even use a spicy ketchup if you prefer. We're going to go in with 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic, and then if you wanted, you could also add some granulated onion, but since we're using onion soup mix, I'm just doing the granulated garlic. Then we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and I like to use coarse or fresh cracked. Those are my preferences. Now we're going to go ahead and add in our other ingredients, which is parsley. Now you could use fresh parsley or dried parsley. I'm going in with about a 1/2 tablespoon to a tablespoon of parsley. Now if you don't like parsley, you can absolutely leave that out. I find that if you use fresh, you do get a better flavor. With dried, it just adds a nice color. Now we're going to go in with our panko or breadcrumbs that are unflavored, about 3/4 cup. Then we're going to add in a 1/2 cup of milk. If you're dairy free, I highly recommend using full fat Oatly. That's what we used when we could not have dairy. And then we're going to go in with 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Ooh. Hopefully I said that right. I'm working on it, guys. I really am. Then earlier I made a slow cooker meatloaf, and then look, I'm making another meatloaf. This is how much I love to cook. So I am actually going to put 1/2 of these both into the freezer. I made a slow cooker meatloaf earlier that had 1/2 of the other onion, so I diced up 2 onions earlier, put it in that container, and then use the rest of the onion for this, and that is 1 medium onion. Then we're going to take 1 package of Lipton onion soup mix. Again, if you're dairy free, you can get the kosher one. I stocked up on so many kosher that I still have them. Now we're going to mix all of that together and make sure those breadcrumbs are rehydrated with all of our mixture, and that just makes it nice and moist for our meatloaf. And then we can add in that ground beef. I'm making sure that I have everything set and ready to go so that when I touch that meatloaf, I am not touching anything else like my cabinets or anything. And then we're going to take our hands and really get in there. And then I'm just going to lightly mix it together. You don't want to over mix it because then you'll have a tough meatloaf, and nobody likes a tough meatloaf or tough meatballs. So now I'm just mushing it around, making sure everything is nice and combined. And what I'm doing now is just making sure it's staying together. As you can see, it is staying together when I lift it up. This is ready to shape. I'm going to be using a 9x13 casserole dish, and if you want, you could also use glass. I just prefer using my Staub. I love these casserole dishes. They're my absolute favorite, and they work so well in the oven, and they are pretty for presentation. You could also use glass, which is great. This is 350 degrees Fahrenheit that we're going to be cooking it at, so you don't have to be concerned about high heat with glass. Now I'm just going to form this into a nice loaf. I want to make sure it's not too high, not too wide. Basically, when I slice my meatloaf, I want it to be the perfect slice each time. So we're making sure it's as uniform as possible. Now we're going to take a piece of aluminum foil and cover this. I like to bake it covered for about 40 minutes, and then I'll remove it and then bake it for another 15 to 20 minutes without the cover. While that's cooking, I'm going to start my sides. I made my mashed potatoes, and then I'm making my husband's favorite garlic green beans. These are just frozen green beans. They are so easy to prepare. I put in some granulated garlic, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of pepper, and that is really it. What I really like to do is usually I'll make a steak and then make these in the steak juices, which is delicious. Then we're going to get started on our gravy. I'm using a little bit of butter. Yes, we're using 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons of flour, and then since we're going with 3, we're going to go with 3 cups of low sodium beef broth or beef stock. I'm letting that roux cook first though. As you can see, it's getting nice and dark. I skipped the time a little bit, but that is cooking off the flour taste and really getting that roux a nice color. Then when I see it's the color I want, I'm going to add in our stock. You can see it's bubbling away. It's not overcooking, but it did get a nice brown. I'm using some broth that I just bought in the carton, but you could also use homemade or even use a bouillon cube. Speaking of bouillon cubes, we will be adding a little bit just to give it a richer flavor. I know some people like to use gravy mixes, packages. They have a lot of sodium, as does this, but I just like to be able to control the ingredients, and you could even skip the beef bouillon if you prefer. Then we're gonna add in our seasonings once we have all of that broth in there, which is a half teaspoon of granulated onion, a half teaspoon of granulated garlic, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, and a half to 1 teaspoon of black pepper. You can add some kosher salt to taste, or you can add a little bit more beef bouillon if you prefer. And since we like that beef flavor with our beans, I did add a splash of the beef broth to my beans. They are perfect. Look at that. Oh, so good. Now, if you wanted, you could add some sauteed mushrooms, some browned onions. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. And I make enough gravy that we can have it on the side and put it on each slice. Put it over the mashed potatoes. I cannot wait to dig in. Now, if you wanted, you could have baked this like this, but I like to get it a little bit baked without it. I think this is gonna be too hot. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna transfer this over to the dinner table and we're gonna go dig in. Ready to dig in? I did put the mashed potatoes with that gravy. I made extra gravy for that reason. And if you want, you can even do less gravy, but it's just so good together. So I'm gonna go ahead and even dunk it in that little mashed bit. My mouth is watering because I'm so excited. Ready? Oh my goodness. It is so flavorful. I love the flavor from the gravy. The meatloaf itself is really flavorful. If you guys give this recipe a try, please let me know in the comments below, or even rate it on my website, which really helps me and it helps other people find this recipe too. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of this with my family. I wanna thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you and take care. Bye, friends.